It's been less than 24 hours since homicide detectives took 21-year-old Ariane Smith into custody. The day before, he was questioned for over 2 hours, spending the majority of that time towing the line between truth and fiction. But following his night in jail, the detectives believed that this might be their best chance at obtaining a full confession from one of the alleged conspirators. He spent the day before telling lies until caught and rewording his lies to match the evidence. The question is, will he be able to keep up the charade, or will the weight of the situation force him to admit what he knows? Let's tune in to part 3 of The Love of Money and find out.
The belly chain?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can take it off. It's probably be more comfortable for him.
Thank you, Book. If you want those off there,
A little bit.
you
A little bit comfortable?
fine. Okay.
Okay.
You good?
Yeah, let's move this a little bit more. Okay. Since we changed rooms, I'm not going to reread this part, but what was this? Did you understand these?
Yes, I did.
Did you sign this?
Yes, I did.
Okay. All right. So you've had a little bit of time to think.
Yes, sir.
And as I was just about to say, you see now, if you had any doubt that we were bluffing, we're not, right? This is dead serious. We know what we know, right? And I didn't mean to get short with you last night, but it frustrates me when somebody, because we deal with a whole variety of people in society, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are very bad people on this earth that do very bad things on purpose. There's other people that make bad mistakes. There's good people that just they live their lives about the normal way. They try to go about the right way. Okay? So we deal with this whole gamut. And I see it in you that you're not this end, as far as you don't intentionally go out there
and start trouble or try and get in trouble or anything like that. I'm a good person.
Okay. But I've been doing this long enough that I know you're here. You're the one that made a mistake. Okay? And I hate to see somebody ruin their life, potentially, over a mistake. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what's done is done. That's done. But you have an opportunity because you got tied into this. And what frustrates me about all this, like I explained to you, a rich kid, he couldn't do his own dirt. So he went out and outsourced it to do something he couldn't do. And he took advantage of people that could use the money, and that was his lure. We know that. We understand why that happened, right? There's some more things that came to light, okay, after our interview that we checked on. Mm-hmm. Okay, Ariane. We know you lied about a lot of stuff, okay? A lot of stuff. Just stuff you told us that, you know, we double-checked your account on things, and they're not accurate, okay? So, I mean, we're getting mounting lies from the beginning to the end. All right. What we need to know is, like I explained to you last night, and I've got a theory on this, okay? Because I've been working this case since March. I've dealt with every single person involved in this case. Every person that you see on this paper, and many more that sat right in front of me, right? In my mind, when I'm piecing this together, you didn't pull the trigger. Okay? But in my mind, there. You went to Austin. Okay? You're Johnny's, one of Johnny's best friends. Okay? We can go in and I can blast you with all the lies if you want me to. I will. I mean, we can do that here if we need to. But I think ultimately it's going to be better for you to tell me. We can start from scratch. Okay? We can start from scratch. Doesn't have to go. It doesn't have to end the way it ended. Okay. You have a chance to redeem how people perceive you. Right now, did you see this? This is international. This case. This is across the seas. Everybody's following this thing. And this is KXN and our local news. I think it's KXN. It's one of them. You're on every one of them. And now you're the murderer.
The murderer?
Yeah. Murder by hire arrest. You listen to the whole thing, you're a murderer. While you're up there on the lineup. So Arion, you have the opportunity to do right for you. Okay? You don't have loyalty to this fool. He does not have loyalty to you. I'll tell you what, since you were arrested, he's going off. And I can put you in Austin. So, before I sit here and do that, we can sit here and do that. I haven't bluffed you once. I can sit here and do that right now. Or I can allow you to do right by yourself. Do you want to start over? Think about what your parents are going to see. Think about what your family's going to see. You have a good family. Okay? The facts are going to come out. The facts are going to come out. They are coming out more than one already. But all these facts are going to come out. Your parents are going to be sitting there watching this. Did they raise a liar? They raised you to be a liar? No. Okay. Do we all make mistakes? And people understand that.
If I tell the truth, will I be able to see my daughter?
So you're asking a big question that you're talking down the road that I can't answer. Now let me tell you this. So I want to answer your question. I can't, because if I answer your question, it's going to make it look like I'm making you some kind of promise that I can't uphold. Can I tell you that, as you know, like I explained to you, that honesty has always been the best policy in life? I can tell you that. I can't make you any promises. I can tell you, people understand people who make mistakes. People don't understand, don't have sympathy for liars. Right? I mean, in your own life, you know that. Somebody lies to you, you don't understand. Somebody makes a mistake, you understand that. Right? Or you made a mistake. We know that. But I don't want to see you take something that you didn't do. But I don't know definitively what I think different than you saying it. You got to think about what other people are going to think. Similar to me, right? But if you lay the facts out, you make it very clear. Right? Okay, so Johnny called you. What did Johnny tell you?
Tells me that there's a big money opportunity involved. That he can't speak about it over the phone, and that he wanted me to come down there. I've been down there previously. like I told you before, that was the truth. I had been down there. I was living with him, actually, during the month of January, for about 3 weeks. Him and Katie, which is his ex-girlfriend. About 3 of us were living in a townhome in College Station, and that's where we were sharing clothes and all that. And so we're down there in Holly's car with Holly. Meet him at Brooke's house, which is his current girlfriend or whatever she is now. And I go upstairs, and he tells me he didn't come right off the bat and tell me that he needed somebody to be killed, but he just said it's serious business and there's a lot of money involved. So at that point, I'm like, okay, what is it? I'll try to get details on it. He won't give me details. I'm like, okay, so how do you expect me to do anything for you if I don't have any details? So then that's when he comes down and says, somebody has to go. Somebody has to go. I said, what do you mean go? He said, somebody has to die. I said, I don't think I could do that for you. He said, why not? You're my best friend. You're the only person I can trust. I said, I just don't have the heart to kill anyone. I just don't. I'm too good of a person. I just want to see people happy. I can't do it, bro. And he goes to say that if I don't go with him, then I'll be a part of it anyway, because now that I know about it, then I'm going to be pulled in anyway. I said, yeah, I understand that, but I don't have the heart to do this for you. I just can't. You're my friend. I love you. I want to see you do well. I want to see you do well, but I just can't. So then he offers me $200, and I take it. That's the money that I used to put Holly in the hotel for the night, or the motel for the night. And I drive to drop Holly off at the motel. I take the car. I go back, I pick Johnny up, and tell him to get in the driver's seat, because he knew where he was going. And he starts driving. And the whole time, I'm just like, I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it. And he's like, bro, just come with me. Just come with me. Just don't leave me alone. Just come with me. I said, I can't do it, bro. I just can't do it. I don't want to go in that house. I can't do it, bro. I can't. I don't have the heart, bro. I just can't. I cannot physically harm anyone unless I am physically in danger. That's the only way I could ever do anything like that. I just can't. I can't. I kept saying the same thing. He told me to shut up. He's like, shut up, bro. Just come with me, blah, blah, blah. So at that point, I'm just afraid because he has 2 loaded guns in the car. And he knows where I live. He knows I'm about to have a daughter. He knows the mother of my child. He knows my mom. He knows my father. So I just did what I thought was best, and I went with him. We get to the house, and he's like, have you ever done this before? I said, that's the stupidest question you could ever ask me. I was like, have you ever done this before? He's like, yeah, one time, but I just sat in the car, blah, blah, blah. And he gets out, and I just sit there. He's like, come on. I just sit there. He's like, are you going to get out? I said, no, I can't. It was right next to the cemetery. And I said, no, I can't. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going in with you. I'm not. He said, please, bro, please. I said, no. I was like, either you're going in there by yourself or we're leaving right now. I'm not doing it. So then he's sitting there pacing back and forth, breathing heavy. And I'm scared because he has both of the guns. He has one on his hip and he has the other in his hand. And I'm just scared. I don't know what he's about to do. I'm just like still. And I've never been in that type of situation before, so I didn't know what to do. I was just stuck. I didn't know if I should run, if I should call the cops. I thought about calling the cops, but my phone was dead, so I was like, what can I do? Look at this situation. So, he goes into the house. He walks around. He goes to the right side around the barn, and he's just walking around. I'm just sitting there watching. I'm like, how did I end up in this situation? I'm not this type of person. I'm not. I wasn't raised this way. I can't do this. I don't understand. At that point, I have no way out. I don't have a phone. He had his phone. He had both of the guns. I couldn't do anything. So I'm just sitting there, just praying to God, just repetitive prayers. Please bring me out of this situation. Please bring me out, God. Please, you know my heart. You know my intentions. I would never hurt anybody. I just could never do it. Please, God. Please, please, please. And then I see him. He walked to the main house or whatever it was. And he disappeared. I didn't see him for like 10 minutes. And then I hear gunshots. And he comes back out the house running. Just running as fast as he can. He hops in the car. He takes off. Speeds. I'm like, did you kill anybody? He said, shut the fuck up. Don't talk to me. So I just get quiet. I was like, Johnny, what did you do? He's like, don't talk to me. Leave me alone. Don't talk to me. Leave me alone. Don't talk to me. So at that point, I'm scared for my own life. I'm just like, okay. So I'm quiet. And then we get like 20 minutes into the ride. He's like, I don't know what I'm going to do. He starts rocking back and forth on the driving wheel. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm scared, Ariana. I'm scared. I'm like, what did you do? I can't help you if you can't tell me, if you don't tell me what you did. He was like, I shot him. I shot him. I was like, why, Johnny? Why? Why would you do that? You're so fucking stupid. Now I'm an accessory to murder, blah, blah, blah. I'm going off on him, and I want to fight him, but he's driving, so, like, I'm just sitting there crying my eyes out. Like, bro, my daughter's about to be born. How could you do this to me? How could you do this to me? My daughter's about to be born on March 23rd. That's my angel. Like, how could you do this? How could you rope me into this situation? He's like, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. And God has shown me before that he's not my friend, because I got the marijuana case that you guys had a warrant out for. It was all of his weed in the car. He was driving. This was all of his weed. The police officer pulls out a bag with weed in it. He had one up under where the tire stuff is or whatever, where like the spare tire was, and he had some in his bag. He pulled out the bag. He said, whose weed is this? And he didn't say anything. So I'm looking at him like, are you going to take up for your stuff? He just sits there and quiet.
As we head to our first commercial break, after hearing the first version of the story in his second interview, I mean, it's debatable whether Arian Smith is a bad guy. One thing that's probably not debatable at this point, after hearing the end of that story, is he a very smart guy? I mean, the guy got you in trouble with drugs, and then you went on a hit with him?
You got no loyalty, see?
I know.
So just keep on track. You guys are headed back.
Okay, so we're headed back. And I'm like, how could you do this? How could you do this? And he's just like, bro, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I wanted to tell him so bad. Drop me off wherever we were at. I didn't know where we were. I just know that we were in Austin somewhere. I didn't know where I was. And he goes, he says, I love you, bro. Just please don't tell anybody this happened. Just keep this to yourself. Please don't tell anybody. He's like, I know where you live. If anything happens, just please don't make me have to do this to you. I was just, okay, all right, I won't say anything. I won't do anything. I promise I won't call the cops. I'll leave it alone. But I told him if I get questioned, if I'm involved, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to tell him something. He's like, please, just please don't. So he goes back. He arrived back at Brooke's house, and he tells me to get rid of anything else that was in the car. And I did, which was that hat and that bullet.
Was it where you said it was?
Yes, it should have been. I'm not sure if it was still there.
We're checking for it.
Okay. And so then he's like, just be safe, just get out of here, just get out of here, just go, just get out of here now, just do not look back, do not stop, just get out of here, just go. He's like, I don't know if they have the license plate, I don't know what's going on, just please, just get out of here, just get out of here. So that's when I go to Holly, I get her, we leave, and we drive back to DFW, and that was that.
Good. Still the weight come off?
a little bit, but I already know I'm still gonna get charged. It's okay.
Like,
I'm not a killer, man. I'm not a killer.
okay. Well, Arion, the only way we know that is if you tell us, right?
Yes, sir.
So you're doing the right thing.
I'm trying. I just know I'm still gonna get charged.
So we can't change that. Okay. But all you can do is, hey, there's an analogy. When you're in a hole, you gotta quit digging, right? At some point. And I think we're there now, okay? So hey, so you and Holly, y'all go to College Station.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What day was you guys made to College Station?
It was March 1st, I think.
Okay. About what time did you guys arrive?
It had to be around 11 o'clock or midnight.
Okay. Did you go straight to Johnny's house, or did you go to a different house first?
I went to a different house first. I believe it was the house that me and him and Katie stayed in.
Okay.
Because I thought that's where he was, but it wasn't.
Okay.
And then we went to Brooke's house, and that's where he was.
So who was all at Brooke's house when you got there?
It was me, Johnny, Brooke, and two of her roommates. I don't remember the other girl's name.
Okay. Okay. And so this is when he told you, you were telling me before that this is when he showed you guns.
Yes.
Right. And you said one was what was it?
It was a big one. It was Springfield something.
And it had a laser on it.
Yes.
Okay. Do you know the caliber of that gun?
No, sir. I think it was 40 caliber.
Okay. And what color did you say the gun was?
It was black.
Okay. Did he tell you where he got that gun?
Some guy named Jordan or Jordy, one of those.
Jordan or Jordy?
Met him. Also being out with Johnny previous from the situation. Was a heavy set white guy.
Yeah. Do you have anything to do with this? Or how did he get that gun from Jordan, or when did he get that gun from Jordan?
I have no clue about that. I just know that's who he told me he got it from.
Okay. Fair enough. The gun that Johnny, you said, owned, you said it was smaller. Do you know what caliber that was?
I think that was like, I want to say 22 or something like that, or 38.
Okay. Do you remember what type of gun now?
No,
I just don't remember.
I don't know what type of gun or what brand it was or anything. I just know it was really small. Like it fit in your pocket if it's like, no bigger than my hand.
Okay. 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 So, Marcus was not there?
No, sir.
You brought up Marcus's name last time.
Yes, because
did Marcus have anything to do with this?
He was a part of the planning process, I believe, as far as them checking out the house and all of that, but that night he wasn't there.
You never saw Marcus that night you went?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. So you get in the car and you go and take Holly to the Motel 6?
Yes, sir.
You use the money the giant gives you to check her in?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What did you tell Holly that you were going to go there?
I just strictly left it as going to make some money.
Okay.
She kept asking, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I didn't want her to be involved and be an accessory to anything.
Okay.
So I left it at that.
Okay. And when you left there, you went to take Johnny.
Yeah.
Okay. You had your phone on you at this time.
Yeah.
Okay. What did Johnny tell you about doing with your phone?
He told me to turn it off, but it had already been dead anyway.
Okay.
He was like, but he didn't tell me to turn it off until we were like, I want to say 15 minutes from wherever Nick's parents live.
Okay. So you guys hop in. Johnny gets in Brooke's car to drive, right?
He gets in Holly's car.
I'm sorry, not Brooke. Holly's car.
Yes.
Sorry. To drive. Now, did he take the steering wheel cover off like you do? Or did you leave that on? Because you always take it. Were you driving on the way from College Station?
From College Station, or to College Station?
From Fort Worth to College Station,
Yes.
Did you drive?
Yes.
Holly said you normally take that steering wheel cover off. Did you take that off? Do you remember?
I did on the way, yes.
You think it was still off when Donnie got there?
Yes, I think it was.
Okay. So, Donnie drives. I don't know how familiar you are with the path there. Do you remember the roads y'all took to get there?
No, sir.
Okay. Do you remember if you hit any toll roads at all?
No, sir.
Okay. Have you ever been to Austin?
Prior, no, sir.
Okay. So you guys get into Austin. Y'all go straight to the house?
Yes.
Okay. When you go there, or when you get into Austin, you kind of know when you're getting into Austin. It's more populated than where you were coming from, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys turn onto the road where the house was off of like a highway, or did y'all fish through some back streets?
We went through some back streets.
Went through some back streets?
And parked right next to a cemetery.
Right next to the cemetery? A little dead end?
Yes.
Okay. How far back did y'all go back there?
Closest to the, furthest to the back.
Either one of y'all smoke?
Not there, no, sir.
Not there. So, about how long were y'all staging right there before y'all came into the house?
He was arguing with me back and forth, trying to get me to go in for about 10 minutes. And then he finally just left and I guess started scoping out the house.
Okay. You guys were by the cemetery. What direction where was the house? Where did he point the house?
Directly in front of us.
Directly in front of us.
Back then to the dead end, and the house was directly in front of us.
Okay. Okay. Do you remember anything about the house?
I just remember there was like 3 parts to it. There was something on the far right, and there was like a smaller house in the middle, and then there was like a big house on the far left.
Okay.
And
you said the barn?
I guess it was a barn or whatever it was. It was like a barn.
Okay. Yeah, the big barn? Okay. So you guys get out of the car right there for about 10 minutes. You say he went towards the house.
Yes, he was.
How did he say he was going to get in?
He told me through a window.
Did he know which window to go to?
It didn't look like it at first, because he had went far right towards the barn, and then he had made his way around and was looking and just, like, I guess trying to scope out the place. Then he was looking at the middle house, and then he went behind there. And then after that, I couldn't really see him, and then I saw him come back around the same side, and that's when I saw him again. Then he went straight, and that's when he went toward the main house, and that's when I couldn't see him anymore because the trees were blocking it.
Okay. Okay. And you said you stayed at the car the whole time?
Yes, sir.
You never went towards the house?
No.
Okay. And about how long was it until you said you heard gunshots?
I want to say it took maybe 10 to 15 minutes, if that.
Okay.
10 minutes, probably.
So, in y'all staging before he goes there, he wants you to go in.
Yes.
Which gun is he trying to get you to hold?
He wanted me to hold the smaller one.
Okay.
He wanted to use the bigger one. I told him I'm not touching either one of those. At the house, I did touch the big one because I was like, oh, this is pretty nice. I've never really seen a gun like this before. And that's when he pulls out some silver-looking brown, or the bullet was bronze, but the casing looks silver. Bullets, and he's loading up the gun with his hands, and I picked one up. I was like, what is this? He said a hollow point or something like that, and I was like, okay, and put it back down, and we were just sitting there smoking a blunt, me and Holly and Brooke. I know that's not the best to admit, but
so you're back at the house right now, is what you're talking about, smoking the blunt. You're back at the house loading the gun. That's what I'm saying. That's where this is occurring. Is at his house. He's loading the gun.
Yes.
And this is the big gun.
Yes.
Okay.
And but back to your question, he wanted me to use a small one. And I told him, no, I'm not even going in. So just you can hold on to those. I don't want any part in it. That's when he like, all right, because he was like, you sure you want to go? He had the gun in his hand just like this. You sure you want to go? I said, no, I'm positive. He's like, you're already in it. I said, I don't want to go. I'm not a killer. It's not in my heart. He said, all right. Put that one on his hip and got out of the car.
Did you see the ammo that he was loading into those guns? That you said it was silver casing, bronze tip, hollow point.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the box? What brand it was?
Not for the big one. For the small one, I think it was a yellow and black box.
Okay.
That's all I remember. I just know it's a yellow and
Do you
black
remember what
box.
the bullets look like for that gun?
Golden.
Is that the one you were just describing, or you were describing the one? Okay. So let me clarify now. You watched him load the big gun, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you saw the bullets for the big gun, but
Mm-hmm.
you didn't see the box that they came out of.
No.
Where were the bullets coming from that he was loading into it?
He got them out of some plastic bag that he had.
Okay. So the little gun, there was a box of bullets there, brown and yellow, the box.
Oh, Sager. Sager.
Sig?
Sig. I think that's what it is. Sig. It was a yellow and black box, and I think it said Sig for the. It was for the, those were the small bullets though.
But you didn't see the bullets themselves?
No.
Okay. Okay. So you guys are at the house contemplating. I mean, not the house. I'm sorry. Let's go back to the scene. You guys arrive. You park. Do you get out of the car?
No. I don't get out. I just
You never got out of the car. Period.
No. I just had no passenger the whole time.
Okay. Let's go over the discussion there. What's the discussion?
He's telling me, basically begging me to get out and go in there with him. He's just like, bro, please, like, I don't want to do this alone. I'm scared. I'm like, okay, if you're scared, then let's just leave. Like, I don't want to do this. He was like, please, bro, just please, bro, please. And then he said, he brings my daughter into it. He said, don't you want to be financially stable for your daughter? I said, don't bring my daughter into this situation. This has nothing to do with her. And he goes, I'm sorry, but I really want you to come in with me. I said, no, I'm not coming. That's when he gets out and he starts pacing back and forth. Like, I guess he's just, either thinking about doing something to me or thinking about going into the house, or if he even wants to do it anymore. Because I guess he thought that with me going, that I was going to voluntarily go in that house with him as well. And I agreed to go with him. I did. But as we were on our way, I just kept telling him, I'm like, no, I can't do it. And then we finally got there, and I was just like, no, there's no way possible.
So where were the guns when he exited that car? What did he take with him to the house?
Back after
No, when he exited the car to go to the house, what did he have on him?
He had the small one on his hip, and he had the big one in his hand.
Okay. And he walked to the house alone.
Yes.
So you hear the shots fired. He comes back. Running.
Yes.
Okay. He jumps in. And where are the guns at that point?
He had the big one in his hand still. I wasn't sure what the small one was. I didn't ask. I was so freaked out. I honestly didn't even care. I just wanted to get out of the car and just be gone.
You have anything else in the scene?
Nope.
Okay.
He had the big one in his right hand, and he was just running.
Okay. All right. So you guys take off. You guys get back to the house. Okay. Well, first of all, do you know how you went back to Austin? Do y'all know the route? Did it appear to be the same way? Okay. When you guys get in the car and you come to that you're in that cemetery, you come to Oliver Road. Did you guys take a left or did you guys take a right?
I think it was a right.
Okay.
I'm not completely sure. I think it's a right.
Okay. Do you remember going through back roads to get back for a little while, or did you remember being on a highway to get out of there?
I think we hit a highway.
Okay. Any stops on the way back?
No, he didn't stop. Well, Yeah, no, he didn't stop. I don't think he stopped on the way back.
So there was no discussion about what happened in that house other than he said, well, tell me, what details did he give you about what happened in that house on the trip back?
On the trip back, he very broadly explained to me what happened. I just kept asking him, like, what you do? He was like, don't worry about it, shut the fuck up, stop talking to me. And then about an hour in, he finally started to break down and like cried and like, well, I can't believe I did this. I can't believe I'm in this situation. I can't believe I did this. Why did I do this? Why did I do this? I was like, what did you do? That's when he says, I shot him. I was like, shot who? He was like, I shot who you're supposed to kill. I said, why? He was like, I need some money. I was like, you're fucking stupid. You're the dumbest motherfucker I've ever fucking, excuse my language, but I was like, you're the dumbest motherfucker I've ever known. He was like, well, what's gonna happen? I was like, you're gonna go to jail. You're gonna go to jail. I was like, one way or another, they're gonna find you, bro.
What did he say about what went on in the house? Okay, he shot the guy that was supposed to.
That's pretty much all he said.
Now, yesterday you gave me an account of going through the window and encountering somebody.
This was after.
So that conversation did take place.
Yes, but this was after I had got out of the car. He called me on the phone, and I was explaining to him, like, bro, like, I looked up the Austin News, and I see everything was going on. They got Nick under custody. They have Jacqueline under custody. If you have anything that you need to get rid of it. I was just trying to be a good friend at the time, and I know that's bad in your eyes, but
I know where you're coming from.
yeah. So I was like, you need to be careful, bro. I love you. Just please be safe. And I was like, he was like, okay, da da da. And I was like, what happened? What exactly happened? And that's when he tells me, he was like, I don't want to tell you too much, but I went in, I went around the corner, and I was walking through the house, and he said I went through a living room, and I went upstairs, and I came back downstairs, and then he said he went into their room or somewhere close to their room or somewhere by their room, and he had heard footsteps, and he said when he heard footsteps, that is when I think the father had seen him, and he said as soon as he seen him is when he shot him, and he said he shot him multiple times with both guns.
Did he say where they were at?
I think he told me the kitchen, either the kitchen or the living room, one of the two.
Okay.
And he said I shot him with both guns, and that's when I panicked. I took off, and I ran back to the window, and he said that's when he saw me.
Let me back up here. Yesterday you gave me an account that somebody proceeded into the bedroom after the mother.
Marcus. That's another story that he had told me, and this was.
But Marcus wasn't there.
No, he wasn't.
That's what I'm saying. So, where did that information about going into that bedroom come from?
That's what he had told me, and I didn't believe it, of course, that I was there. But I was just like, okay.
He told you Marcus wasn't there?
Yeah, he said that. He told me after. This is beginning of June. He told me that Marcus went in there as well, and I was like, okay.
Into that house during that shooting?
Yeah, during that shooting. He told me that Marcus was with him, and I don't know if he was high, if he was drunk, if he was whatever he was, but he told me that Marcus was with him. I was like, are you sure? He was like, yeah. He was like, he took some jewelry, blah, 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 this and that. I don't know if he was fronting for the phone or what he was trying to do, but at this point he was already in jail.
Okay.
And
who was in jail?
Johnny.
Johnny was in jail.
Yeah.
He called you?
Yeah, he called.
On what phone?
Brooke had really called me.
Three-wayed you?
Yeah, she three-wayed me, and that's when he told me that, and I was like, okay.
He told you about Marcus going into the house over a three-way on a jail call?
Yeah.
Okay. When did that happen? Because here's what I'm trying to clarify, because originally you told me that Johnny called you, but look, you've never called your phone number ever.
Okay.
he's never called your phone number. I know you're telling me on this call, this is a three-way, okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Through Brooke.
Mm-hmm.
But on our last interview, you were telling me that Johnny called you after he got arrested. Or you said right before your birthday, but it wasn't right after your birthday. I mean, because your birthday's in June, he got arrested in July.
Okay.
So then you said after he got arrested, a few days after he got arrested, and he never called your phone number. Because we monitor all the phone calls. Okay. So he never called you. Now, if he three-wayed you through Brooke, I can see how that could happen, right?
Yeah, that definitely did happen.
Okay. When did that call take place?
This had to be after he was arrested because he was on a jail phone.
Well, of course, okay. But do you remember how long it was after he got arrested?
I want to say it couldn't have been any more than a few days. Or maybe no more than a whole week.
More than a whole week?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So it's pretty fast after he got arrested?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we monitor, it's all recorded, we're going to find that phone call.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right. So he's telling you that Marcus was in the house with him.
Yeah, he told me that.
Why would he tell you this because you can't be high in jail? Well, I can't say that, but...
I mean, but that's why I was so confused, because I was like, I just went along with it. I'm like, okay, that's what happened, okay, blah, blah, blah. I guess he was trying to protect me in a way by bringing Marcus into the story because he knew that the phones were being recorded, or I didn't know what was going on.
Okay.
I was just like, okay.
That phone call will exist.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, all right. I was like, well, I hope that you got this. I hope that you...
So on that call, did Brooke call you first? And then he called, or what? How did that go down?
He was already on the phone, and then Brooke called me, and then that's when it connected me.
Do you know that call came in from Brooke's phone?
I believe so.
Okay. Do you have her number programmed in your phone?
No, I didn't have it saved. But that's why I answered, because I didn't know who it was. And then when she said Ariane, I said, yes. She said, it's Brooke.
Okay.
I said, oh, okay. She was like, Johnny's on the other line. I said, okay. I said, hey, what's up, Johnny? He was like, hey, how are you? How you doing? I'm good. I was actually with my child at the time. And he was like, yeah, man. I was like, so what happened? Like, what happened? He's like, Marcus had went in the house with me, blah, blah, blah. I guess he was just trying to fabricate the story.
Okay.
For the phone.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking that was happening.
Well, if it exists, we'll find it. Okay. Okay. So, back to, you guys arrived back in College Station, right? Okay. You guys arrived at Johnny's house. Is that where well, I'm assuming that's where you go. You said you went to go drop him off. You guys went to Johnny's house?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. About what time did you guys arrive to his house and back in College Station?
I'd say 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. With the sun up?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys get there, what happens there?
He basically just says, I'm sorry, bro, I love you. I hope that you don't end up in this situation, but if you do, I'm sorry. And that was pretty much it.
Where were y'all when you had that conversation?
Right in front of Brooke's door, and he parked in front of her door.
So y'all were in the car having this conversation?
He was getting out, gathering his stuff, as he was saying it.
Okay. Yeah. So, when he exited the car, what were the guns?
He took them with him.
He took them with him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you know what he's done with those guns since?
I have no clue.
He didn't tell you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, while we were in Dallas, we talked to several people, including your ex. Obviously, we told you we talked to your ex. But that you've been seen with the gun, with the laser on it. That's what we're being told. I'm not fabricating it. That's why I'm asking you about it. Have you ever owned a gun?
No, never owned
Never owned a gun at all?
I carried a gun. I've never had a gun.
You weren't showing it off to some friends a couple weeks ago?
No.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you haven't, you haven't. And that's why I'm asking you.
I mean, I do know me and Holly have bad blood.
Well, she had no idea what this was about. She wasn't like, she didn't know what, she seemed to not know what this was about until we got into the conversation. She She assumed she didn't know what happened. Is that surprising to you?
Very surprising.
Okay. Did she ever indicate that she did know?
Yeah.
Did you tell her?
No, I didn't tell her. All I told her was that something very bad had went on that night, and if she ever gets questioned, just tell the truth.
Okay.
That's the only thing I've ever told her about that situation.
Well, she did. About what happened down there. We corroborated everything she said, so.
So he mentioned just a second ago that he and his ex, Holly, have bad blood. So it's probably not a good thing to have a secret that your ex who hates your guts knows. Probably going to go ahead and spill the beans. I don't think she's going to feel loyalty in that situation at all.
When y'all did get back, Holly had not known where y'all were, I assume?
I guess not.
Okay. Did she say anything about, trying to get a hold of you or whatever?
Yeah, she told me that she was trying to call me. I was like, I'm sorry, my phone was dead. I'm back now. Are you okay? Like, what's going on? She was just like, I was just wondering where my car was. That's all.
Okay.
I was like, yeah, well, I'll be right back. So it's all right.
She said anything about trying to find you? Other than call you?
No, she didn't say anything about Ubering or anything like that. That's why I was so
She didn't say anything about that?
surprised, no.
So who was funding the trip? You or her on the way down there?
She had already had gas in the car.
Okay.
And that's pretty much all we needed. The only stop we made before we went down to Austin was I got her some medicine because she wasn't feeling good.
Okay. Did you give her, and when you got back to the hotel, did you give her any amount of money?
I gave her the rest of that money that I had on me.
Do you remember how much it was?
I think it was like $80.
Okay.
After we paid for the hotel.
Okay.
And, yeah, I just gave that to her for just even being in the situation, and I feel bad for her even coming down here. She didn't feel good or anything like that, so I was just like, here. And that was the last of the money.
Okay. So let's talk about the text messages today.
Now, just a quick reminder, what he's referring to are the messages that he sent Nick after the shooting. So he's sending these messages on behalf of Johnny, supposedly, after the shooting.
Right. Let's go over that. Why were you texting Nick?
I was honestly afraid of Johnny either doing something to me or going back to my family's home, because obviously he was already capable of it, going back to my family's home and doing anything to them. And he had called me. He was like, hey, text this number. He owes me my money. So I said, okay. I texted it. No reply. Then he called me again. He's like, hey, I really need you to continue to keep trying to reach out to them, because I went by his house. He's not there. He's not answering his phone, anything like that. So he sounded really aggravated. So I was like, okay. So I text him again, and I text him again. Then he calls me. He's like, it's still nothing. I said, no. I don't know what's going on, but he needs to answer, obviously. And then he's like, okay, well, just let me know if he texts you back or calls you or anything like that. I said, okay. And then it got to a point where Johnny had to stop asking me to reach out or anything. So then that was the end of all the text messages that I had sent him. But as far as me, the reason why I reached out to Nick about that was because I was scared for my own family.
Now, that makes a little bit of sense. I can understand that. Other guy has the gun. You didn't want to do this thing. He's like, hey, do this for me or else. Until you listen to what the text message says.
What did the text message really say?
Said,
we got it. I want to hear the truth this time.
I believe I said, we need our money. We know where you live. If you don't pay up, then something's going to happen. Something along those lines.
Do you remember when you sent that?
When? Not exactly.
Okay. It was, okay, so obviously after the murder, do you know about approximate time frame after the murder?
I want to say maybe a month after.
About a month after?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. About a month after? All right. talked about the DNA stuff yesterday, and talked about how we're testing everything, and mainly a lot of that windowsill because somebody has to touch it to go through it, right?
Yeah.
So I just want to make sure. I feel like you're being honest with me, but I want to make sure here, okay? Because again, you're on the right path. Okay. There's a difference in DNA testing. Okay, I don't know how much you know about it. Okay, when we perfuse DNA, sweat, and body oil, that's one type of strand, STR, I believe it is. And the other one is called like epithelial cells, and those are like what's on your hand, direct contact. Okay. The stuff I'll tell you about what we slough off is a little bit different. So when they're going to test for both kinds, and being honest, like if the shirt rubs against it, it will show DNA, right? So, but it also separates types of DNA. So if you spit, or if it's a hand, or if it's like body oils, separates them. I can't give you all the terminology right off the top of my head for the spit and the other one, but it separates them. Is there any chance that these are going to be there?
No, I'm not here.
Because there's no voiding, or there's no voiding that to get through that window. So
exactly.
Okay. You stay in that car.
Yes, sir.
The other thing is remember Nick telling Johnny, or Johnny told you that Nick told him about the surveillance?
Yeah.
Okay. Remember I was telling you yesterday that 2 people shot in that house? Remember me telling you that? What you don't know is Nick is not as savvy as he thinks he is, because AT&T is so you can control your security system, right? And but you can only control it to a certain amount. They only let you erase data to points. Okay, we got Nick on theme. Yeah, that's when we got Nick. He showed up, so we took his phone immediately. He didn't get a chance to clean that video. Like he didn't get it shut off. He was telling him that if he simply shuts the alarm off, then there won't be video. Well, that's not true in the house. Okay, because AT&T, one, I think it's what it's called, what the system is. You put up cameras inside your house, and it detects motion, it detects glass break, and it detects windows and doors opening. Right, and that's the kind of system they had. They had cameras all over the house, living room, kitchen, front door, one of the bedrooms, and every door and everything's monitored, and there's glass breaks. So, so we know when a window opens, when shots are fired, they break glass, and we got video. So each one of those activations activate cameras, right? So, unfortunately, Nick was not able to delete everything in that house. In the living room, which was close to the kitchen, caught the majority of everything. We know there was 2 pieces in the house. Okay. Not only that, but what you telling me about Johnny firing 2 guns at one time, it's not possible. Because shooting reconstruction, I know you probably don't know really anything about it because you're doing this, right? So, you know about guns. You've shot guns, right?
Yeah, I've been to the gun range.
You've been to a gun range. So when you shoot a gun, the shell ejects a certain way, right?
Yeah.
So where does it usually go?
Depending on which side the
ejection port's on, right?
Yeah.
Right. Sprinklers are on the right. The majority of guns are on the right. It's very rare that they shoot to the left, eject to the left. So they leave a pretty distinct pattern. And it's awesome because we can reconstruct by the trajectory of a bullet. We run lasers and measurements, and we can bring it right back to where that bullet came from. And we can line that up with the positioning of the shooter, and we can tell where that shell casing is going. Right? And then, so we can do that with a series of shooting And we can even pick it out from, we can even sometimes tell what shot hit first to that degree. In this case, we could on a few shots. But I can tell you that we know for a fact there's 2 shooters in the house. For a dead fact. Because there's 2 calibers in that house. You're telling the truth about the 2 calibers. What you're leaving out is there's 2 people in that house. Okay? And the separation in them, there's no way Johnny could have shot both those guys. It's not possible. We've known from day one there's 2 shooters.
Now, that's the type of evidence that's going to be very difficult to overcome. And when we get back from our second of 3 commercial breaks, we're going to see how Ariane handles that. He looks like he's about to sink down into his chair.
I didn't hold a gun that night.
Ariane. Bro, there's no way for one person. I'm telling you, one, we got 2 people in the house.
The other person was not me. I don't know who else pulled up with him.
Nobody pulled up there. Ariane, you watched him run to the house. You watched him go to the side where he went in the house.
There's still a whole other side of the house that I could not see. I don't know who else he contacted. I don't know who else was there.
You met with Johnny. Okay. You picked Johnny up. You rode with Johnny. He rode with Johnny all the way down there. You said you didn't see him contact anybody. Because y'all wanted to keep the phones out of usage because you didn't want to be tracked. And he knew that because Nick was trying to tell him that shit. Okay? But he got tracked all the way down there. Okay? Y'all got there. Y'all sit there for a while. Because I believe you don't want to go in that house. I don't think that's in your heart.
It's not.
I believe that. I don't think you went in there to do that. I think you went in there as a show. I don't think you went in there to do what y'all went there to do. If that makes sense. I think Johnny went there to do the deed. You were his backup. Because he wasn't going to go in alone. You don't go into somebody's house to murder 2 people alone. Because you, especially knowing that the house is full of guns, and Johnny knew that. Nobody does that. Okay? But I'm telling you, there's 2 pigments on that camera. There's 2 people in that house. And the forensics don't lie. They don't lie. There were 2 people in the house. We know that for a fact. Okay? Now, I think you watched Johnny do what he did. And now, I know some guns came out of the gun. I mean, some bullets came out of the gun you were holding. Okay? I can tell you one of those guns killed Ted Johnson. And I think you know which gun killed Ted Johnson. Because I don't think you were aiming to do that. It was obvious who was aiming to do that and who was not. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we can track every bullet back. You don't aim where, if you're trying to kill somebody, you don't aim where some of those bullets were aimed. You know what I mean? That's just shooting, because that's what you're there supposed to do, what your heart says. I can't do it. That's what happened, dude. That's what I think. But you're in the house. There's nothing else that makes sense. Right? What did Johnny do after he shot at Ted?
I guess he ran.
No, he didn't stop there. You already told me once. Here's the thing, dude. This killing you inside. And look, you've been honest. You've been honest 99%, right? Okay. But understand where your heart doesn't. You've been trying to disconnect from this for 9 months now. Because it's killing you. It ain't killing Johnny. I'll tell you that. The dude's pretty. He got some emotion out of it, but got a little emotional about it. But he got over it. You're not getting over it. You sleep with this. You live with this. You saw what you saw. Right? And it tore you up. But you were telling me what Marcus did. Okay. And I know at that point that was protecting Johnny, but you realize Johnny has no loyalty for you.
I know.
Okay. Now you're telling me when Johnny went in that house, he was carrying the 40, I think you said, the Springfield. Is that right? Okay. And then what did he do after Teddy got shot? Because you saw it, you were right there. You were dead, smack right there. Where did Johnny go from the position where that happened? The kitchen or the living room, like you said. Where did he go from that?
He went to the bedroom and he shot their dog. I know I'm being in jail for life for this.
You might be surprised.
I pray I'm not. I pray to God that I'm not, but yes, I was there. I know by me saying that it's pretty much over with, and I'm just going to go ahead and say if I have life, I request the death penalty. But he went in there. He shot Ted. As soon as I saw Ted drop, I shot at the window because I didn't want him to think that I wasn't with him or I was against him. Alright? I didn't want him to shoot me. As soon as I shot out the window, I backed up. And I damn near broke down crying, right there in the middle of everything. He goes to the bedroom. He shoots the dog. And he immediately turns right back around. I don't know if the dog was about to attack him. I don't know what was going on, but all I heard was a dog just crying.
That's how you know he shot a dog?
Yes. And all I heard was you know, I'm not trying to be funny at all. This is not a funny situation, but that's what I heard.
Yeah.
And then all I heard was I heard some shots come from the bedroom as well. I don't know. I guess that was his wife shooting as well. I heard some shots come from the bedroom as well. Johnny just stood there, and I thought he was hit. He wasn't. And he takes off running. Past me, past Ted's body. And I'm left standing there, just kind of baffled. Then I take off running right behind him. Both get out of the window, and we're gone.
Yesterday you said something about the front door?
Oh, he did try to run to the front door initially. He jiggled the handle. It didn't open. So then that's when he took off back around and ran back out the window we came in. I know it's over with after that, but
Hang on. I'm not been lying to you, man. Look, people understand. People make mistakes.
can you please just help me? I know it's not your job to, but please, man. Please, I have an 8-month-old daughter, man.
I understand that. I got a
She's
3-year-old.
angel. She's my baby girl. You understand?
I do.
Please.
And you're doing the best thing for yourself.
I'm not a killer. I am not a killer.
You know what? And now, Ariane, I believe you 100%. I believe you 100%. Look, dude, look. You're doing the best thing for you because we already had you. We already have you. We already have Johnny. We already had Nick. We already had Jacqueline. Okay. Because, you know, dude, honesty is always better. You're the first person to show emotion in this case. You know that?
Really?
You're the only person that's shown regret.
I don't understand how. How could you kill somebody and not have any emotion about it? And you actually killed them. I was just in the situation. I'm devastated. I cannot sleep because of this.
Mm-hmm.
I've been punching walls, and I've had so much anger towards myself and Johnny ever since then. I cannot sleep well at all. I look my baby girl in the face. I'm like, I don't know when I'm gonna be taken away from you, but I know it's gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah. So when Okay. So now we're all 100 on the 100, right?
Yeah.
So start from the time you guys pull up to the cemetery.
Yeah.
Okay, walk me through.
We pulled up to the cemetery, and he asked me have I ever done this before. That's when I said, that's the dumbest shit you could ever ask me. Don't ask me that stupid shit. Of course I never have. Then I asked him the same question. He said, yeah, once before. I sat in the car, though, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I know you're up there. If you want to shoot, just so I can hear you.
And he said, yeah, I sat in the car, though. I was like, alright, I was like, I'm just gonna follow you. So we walk around, go to the barn, and then we go to the middle house, and we go to the main house.
So y'all first cut through the barn area.
Yeah.
And then over to, okay. Okay, good.
Cut to the barn area, and then there's a middle house with a car parked out in front. I'm not sure if I'm being completely accurate.
Okay.
It's still kind of a blur, but I know there was a car parked out in front, and we passed that, then there's the main house.
Right.
We get to the main house, and we go around the large side of the fence on the far back, and then he hops the fence, and it's glass. It's a big glass house on that side. I swear you can see into the living room and everywhere else.
Is there anything in the backyard?
Yeah, I'm thinking that's the backyard.
Is there anything else back there? Significant? That stands out in your head?
I think there was like a big well in the middle.
A well?
Yeah, like it's like a circle, and it had
A pool?
no,
No.
it wasn't a pool.
Okay.
It's like a
Well,
yeah. I guess
Okay.
I can't remember if that's completely true. I just know there was something like that back there. It had a
Okay.
stone and it was a circle. And
Oh,
it was
okay.
kinda in the middle.
okay.
Um,
Okay.
So then he goes back around, and I follow him, and then there's a window, and he just pulls up. I'm like, this is the window we're supposed to go through. He said, yeah. I was like, are you sure? He was like, yeah. I was like, is there anybody right there? Like, he was like, no. I was like, okay. So he goes in, and I go in after him. And I'm guessing this is Nick's room that we're in, and we come out, and immediately my heart drops. And I just don't know what to do.
You leave Nick's room. Which direction do you go?
Right. No. We went left first because there were some other bedrooms, and he was looking, scoping them out to see if there was anybody in them.
Hmm.
Then we go right towards the kitchen, and we get in the kitchen, and there's a light on, and I guess it's the laundry room, and there's a chain on the door. I peek in there. There's no one in there. Then I hear footsteps, and I turn around, and Ted is pointing a laser dead at my face, and I just stopped. I just knew I was sitting. I'm not
No.
trying to do anything.
Go.
Okay, so I was just like this. Say you were Ted.
Mm-hmm.
I was staring like
What room are you in?
the kitchen.
Okay.
I was sitting just like this, and as soon as I turn around, I see there's an island in the middle of the kitchen. Johnny's behind it, and he's like peeking, like hiding. I look at Johnny. I'm like, what the fuck are you? And then as soon as I look up, there's a laser pointed dead at me. So I'm like, immediately I thought I was about to die, because I'm in someone else's house. He doesn't know who I am. I'm thinking I'm about to die. Not even a second later, Johnny pops up, shoots him, and I guess he keeps shooting. And that's when I shoot. I was really shooting blind. I just shot. Then I hear some shots come from the bedroom as well. So then I stand there. I'm just kind of stuck, like, holy shit, this just happened. Like, what the fuck? Like, what am I gonna do? And that's when Johnny goes over. He moved the little sheet, and he didn't see anybody, but the dog was just standing there, staring at him. Then he was out of bullets. He comes back to the kitchen, grabs my gun, shoots the dog.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I hear the dog cry. And then I heard a woman cry. And I said, please don't do it. Please, let's just go. Please, leave her alone. Let's go. Please, just let's go. So after I say that, he takes off running, and I follow him. I follow him towards the front door. And I hear Ted breathing, and I'm freaking out. And he tries to jiggle on the door. It doesn't open. Then I just kind of stand there for a second. I pray again. And then I see him take off running, and he's gone. So I'm standing there by myself. I'm just like, oh fuck. I was like, do I wait? Do I just wait and tell the cops what happened, or what do I do? I don't know what to do. So I was like, I'll just take off running. And I go back out through the window, and I see him all the way at the car, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So then that's when I run and try to catch up. Then I catch up in the car, and I leave.
Okay. When you're back, let's go back to that island. The island is to your left or to your right?
It's to my right.
It's to your right.
Yes.
So what's behind you?
The laundry door.
Okay.
With the chain on it. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
The laundry door with the chain on it is directly behind me.
And where's Johnny? Is he to your left or right?
He's to my right, directly behind the island, to where Ted couldn't have seen him, because if you've already been into the house, when they come out of the bedroom, you can see directly to the laundry door, and if you duck and you're behind the island, he can't see you.
Right.
As we head to our last commercial break, maybe you're making this observation. He sure is describing that house pretty doggone well. The laundry door with the chain, the island, it's almost like it was drawn out for them.
And that's exactly where Johnny was.
Okay.
And I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
And I was just going to say, when Ted came out, I'm sorry, I'm shaking.
It's okay.
When Ted came out is when he pointed that laser dead at me. He was like, hello? And I just stood there, and I started to just drop the gun and just be like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't want to be here. I just kind of got roped into this. And as soon as I'm starting to put the gun down, Johnny pops up and shoots him.
Okay. Where did Johnny shoot him?
Either in his chest or on his side, because Ted was facing me, and Johnny was like in this direction.
So Ted's facing you over here.
Yes, and I'm
Johnny's over here.
exactly. And I guess he sees him point the laser at me.
So Ted was talking to you.
Yes.
Ted said hello.
Yes.
Now, that part was jaw-dropping for me. I mean, I had to pause the video when I was editing and just really let that sink in. Think about that. This man, he hesitated to kill a home intruder. That's how good of a man this was, that he didn't want to use his firearm. He said hello. He's looking right at him. He's got the laser right on this guy, and he doesn't take his life. That's how good of a man Ted Shaughnessy was. That's a doggone shame, man.
Is that all he said?
He said, I believe so. That's all he got out before Johnny shot him.
Did you get any words out? I know what you were thinking. Did you get any words out?
No, I didn't get any words out at all.
So Johnny pops up.
Yeah.
Did Ted see him?
No, he doesn't see him.
You never saw him.
No, he didn't see him at all. And I guess until he got shot, and he just.
How many times did he shoot? How many times did Johnny shoot?
He shot 6 times initially, and then he ran to the bedroom and he started trying to fire again.
Okay.
And he kept hearing a click. So then that's when he was like, "Give me your gun, give me your gun." So I was like, "Here, just take it." And he took it, went back in the bedroom. I guess he was trying to look for stuff or trying to find the jewelry or whatever. And then that's when he saw the dog standing there.
Okay.
I'm sorry, what were you gonna say?
No. Okay. So he took your gun.
Yeah,
So how many shots did you get off?
I believe about either 5 or 6.
5 or 6?
I think 6.
How many rounds did that thing hold? Do you know?
16.
It held 16?
Yeah.
This is the smaller gun.
No, the big gun.
You got the big gun?
Yeah, I had the big gun.
Okay, you got the big one.
Yeah.
But you said Johnny went in with the big gun.
No, he didn't go in with the big gun. I went in with the big gun, and then
The Springfield.
Yes.
To be clear.
Yes. And then he took it from me after I had shot those 5 shots or 6 shots.
Okay. So you cranked off 5 or 6 shots. He cranked off 5 or 6 shots, but he ran off.
He cranked off all 6.
All 6. So that gun held 6.
Yes.
Okay. So then he takes your gun.
Yeah.
And he goes into the
Shoots
bedroom.
dog. Yeah, and he goes into the bedroom. He shoots the dog.
Okay.
And after that, I hear no more shots.
Okay.
While he was shooting Ted, I did hear shots coming from the from the bedroom. So I was thinking I was getting shot at. So I was just standing there like, holy fuck, like am I hit? Like what's going on?
Yeah.
And I wasn't hit or anything. And then he that's when he runs to the bedroom, and then I'll hear his click, click, click. He's like, give me your gun. So he runs back to me, grabs it, shoots the dog. And I was like, that's when I heard the woman cry. And I was like, just leave her alone. Let's just go. Okay. I was like, leave her alone. Let's just go. Let's just get out of here. Then that's when he takes off running towards the front door. Jiggles it, gun open, runs back. He slips and falls. And he gets back up and runs to the window. And then by the time I get to the window, he's basically already at the car. And I'm thinking he's about to leave me. So then I get out of the window and I run and we make it back to the car.
Well, I'm going to step out for a moment. Okay. First of all, I'll give you a moment to chill. I'm going to step out, talk to some people. Okay. Just have you hang here. You good on your soda? You need another one?
I'm good with this one.
You good with that one? All right.
Please help me if you can.
Look, buddy, you are helping yourself as much as you can. I can't promise you anything, okay? I just can't do that because then it looks like I'm promising you something I can't deliver. Okay? But I can tell you one thing is you're the first and only person that's shown emotion in this.
Just hope it does see that I'm not a bad person. I would never hurt anybody, and if I get a chance to be back in the free world, I'll be on the ankle monitor for the rest of my life. I don't care, just as long as I get to see my daughter again. Please. Please, I don't care. Probation, I don't care. Anything.
Be right back. Eat your Snickers. Just hang out, chill out. Be back shortly, okay?
Okay.
Now, I don't blame him. That Snickers probably doesn't taste too good right about. He's like, I'm not interested in this. But what he's about to do, it's kind of fitting. In the end, the God of the Bible doesn't answer the prayers of people who kill innocent people in their own home. Ariane's admissions pretty much sealed the deal for himself, as well as Johnny and the worst adopted son in history, Nicholas Shaughnessy. But what about Jacqueline Edison? If you know the story, you are aware that she pretty much got a slap on the wrist. But was that the right choice by the prosecutor? In episode 4, she brings in her attorney to her last interview. And I guess we'll find out what kind of deal that she made to avoid any serious jail time. We'll get a chance to play armchair prosecutor in about 48 hours. Or, if you have a membership, I'll see you tomorrow, right back here on They Caught Me. Till next time.